Hey guys, thanks for stopping by our YouTube channel. My name is Dean Titus, and this is my wife Kendra,
Hello.
and we are wedding professionals. We work in the wedding industry. We live in Beaverton, Michigan, which is slightly northern Michigan, right up in here. If you're from Michigan, you always use your hand to show where you're at. And we decided that we wanted to start a channel to help people either plan their weddings or possibly even get into the wedding industry. I've helped a lot of people start businesses. I have an MBA from Northwood University and a bachelor's degree from Northwood University. And I love business. I love business as much as I love weddings. So we want to help people with weddings.
And that's kind of how I got into the wedding industry. Obviously, marrying Dean, he was in the wedding industry already. I have an art degree from Central Michigan University, as well as a history and social science degree. So that helps me with working with people and different things like that. But when he went back for his MBA, it was just a lot. So I ended up taking over the photography portion, and I loved it. And it just has grown and grown and grown from there.
And that was back in 2010. So from 2008 is when you started taking over for photography.
Yes.
And I got into photography. I was always a good photographer. And right out of high school, and this is really going to date me, 1985, I had a friend of mine that I worked with, and she wanted me to photograph her wedding. And of course, I told her, I was like, nah, I can't do that. I can't photograph a wedding. She said, yes, you can. She said, Dean, I've seen hundreds of your photos. I know you can do it. So she offered me $50, plus she bought all the film and developed it. And I know $50 doesn't seem like much, and back then it was you could do a lot with $50 in 1985. But I ordered a book on how to shoot weddings, and I read it, and I photographed her wedding, and that's how I got into the wedding industry. It just blossomed from there. I had word of mouth. A lot of people heard that I was doing photography for weddings. They asked me to do their weddings, and then I started attending wedding expos, and it was a great side job going to college. Absolutely loved it.
Well, and then that's kind of how I got into the wedding industry is through Dean when he went back for his MBA, like we talked about, that I took over the photography. But then when he got done with his MBA, he still wanted to be part of the wedding industry. So, but we wanted to work together. So he became a DJ, and because he loved music and he loved working with weddings and being part of that. And then I did the photography portion, so we were DJ and photography, and we had so much fun doing that. Then, of course, then somebody asked if he could officiate a wedding.
And that was back in 2000. So I've been officiating weddings since 2000, so 24 years now. Boy, that time went fast. But
It sure does. And then we wanted to do even more in the wedding industry, so we started producing our own wedding expos. And then after that, we opened up a wedding actually a venue, a barn venue, which is very popular. I'm sure wherever you're at, there's probably a bunch of barn venues. And that's what we do. And then part of the barn venue, we started doing photo booth. And I started helping people plan their weddings. So we have lots of experience in the wedding industry, and we want to share that with you.
and we want to share it in an informal way. We want it to be just like we're inviting you into our home. Here's our home. Welcome. And that's what I've done a lot in the past is I've helped a lot of my friends start businesses in the past, and I simply have them come over and we sit down together and we talk about what they want to do, and we get things rolling. Or Kendra, you answer more texts about weddings than anybody I know from all our customers.
Exactly. And it helps. I mean, it helps me stay involved in the wedding. When it comes to the day of the wedding, I like to know as much as I possibly can, and that's something we'll talk about. You don't want any surprises. So that helps me when the brides text me questions. I get to know them personally, and it just makes the day so much more fun because we get to be part of somebody's best day ever.
And if you love weddings like we do, or you're just planning your wedding and you have questions about it, you've found the right channel. So we are here for you to help you with that. And you're going to be able to see a lot of great content here. Again, all around weddings, around a little bit around business, might be a few other little things. I mean, I also make T-shirts, and we do a few other things, but it's just to show you when you really start thinking about how many different businesses touch a wedding. The wedding industry is huge. It is globally a $65 billion industry and getting only bigger. So thanks for stopping by, and we look forward to hopefully putting out a lot of great content for you and working with you to either plan your wedding or get going in your own business. Thanks.
Thank you. Have a good night.